Okay, so now we're gonna learn how to shoot missiles. And also 4 is the alright, fine. 4 is the navigation. So basically, we're learning to actually just shoot everything out of the sub before we actually learn how to move the sub. That's nice. But let's see here. So now we have missiles. Attack and destroy a stationary target using missiles. Things to practice. Set, weapon stores, and tube loadout. Reload tubes in combat, firing missiles. We already know how to... We already know how to reload missiles. It taught us in the last tutorial. It said press R, and that's basically it. But okay, fine. Let's go. USS Poggy. SSN 647. Right, that's our ship for today. Right. Okay, weapons loadout. For this mission, we will modify your weapons loadout in which weapons will be ready to fire in the tubes for combat. Left-click Exo status report, or F7, to view your weapons stores. Okay, so now we actually need to go in here. Okay, so we have the Mark 48, which is a wire-guided torpedoes, the Moss, I have no idea what the hell that is, the UGM-84, which is obviously a missile, the TASM, and we don't actually, these are very large missiles. Okay, so let's see here. Changing loadout. Left-click, unload 4 times to remove all 4 Mark 48 torpedoes from your stores. Okay, unload. Well, wait a minute. What if I want to carry some of them, but not actually load them in the torpedoes? Okay. That's kind of strange. Okay, well, I suppose we'll just, like, we have to actually put the ones that we want in there first. Okay, you should now have... Okay, 4 times remove your Mark 48 torpedoes from your stores. You should now have 4 Mark 48s in your stores, plus an additional 4 torpedoes. Oh, well, whoops. Left-click, I didn't mean to actually do that. Or rather, I wasn't supposed to do that. Right, so we put them all back, and then click it 4 times. Okay, so we have 4 in the stores, and 4 in the tubes. Okay, then. 19 to 23, yeah, okay. Left-click on the TASM missile icon, or its name, to select it. Or selects it. TASM. Right. Left-click load 4 times to add 4 TASM missiles to your stores. You should now have 4 TASM in your stores with 0 in the torpedo tubes, or for a total of 23 of 23 weapons aboard. Okay, so click, 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 click. Right. Loading tubes. Currently, there are 4 Mark 48 tubes well, 4 Mark 48s in the tubes, as indicated by the icons in the tubes, and the 4 listed next to the Mark 48 icon. Tap R continuously to cycle through the weapons in tube 1. Right. 1. Stop when the UGM-84 is loaded. Okay. UGM should be 7-1 indicate of the 7V UGM on board. Okay, right. 1 is in the tubes, and the icon in the tube in tube number 1 should be a UGM-84. Right. Okay, select the weapon in tube 2, or use F to place the UGM into. Okay, all right. But it needs to load a TASM into each. When you're finished, you should have... Okay, so we need to load 2 TASMs and 2 UGM-84s. Okay. Alright. Once you have this loadout, left-click all hands man battle stations to begin. Okay. On the briefing page you just left, you learn how to change your weapons on board and place them in the tubes ready to fire prior to combat. Once in combat, stores cannot be changed, but tubes can be reloaded. Like, Shift F1 to learn about missile settings. Guided missiles! Guided missiles launch, head towards their waypoint. Upon reaching it, become enabled. Once enabled, the onboard guidance system uses radar to search for the surface target, which, if found, will cause the missile to seek out that target. Guided missiles can be fooled by deployment of chaff countermeasures, which confuses the radar guidance, or be shot down by ships possessing anti-missile defenses such as sea-whiz guns. Oh boy. Also, if a missile becomes enabled but cannot find a target, it will self-destruct. Well, there's our safety measures at work here. Tube settings. Tube settings can be modified for the highlighted tube by either directly using the settings buttons or 1, 2, and 3 to toggle each of the 3 settings respectively. Once launched, the missile settings cannot be modified. Well, sensor settings. Done. Search settings. Wide cone. Uses a wide sensor arc to search for the target. This can be useful if the target location has not been accurately determined or to swing the missile in from an angle. Okay. Narrow cone. Uses a narrow sensor arc to search for the target. Best used if used to focus the missile onto a specific target if other potential targets are nearby. So, okay, so we want to hit one thing, so we use narrow cone to hit this one thing. Okay, height settings. Skim. Keeps the missile low, skimming the ocean floor all the way to the target. Pop up. During terminal homing, the missile will suddenly sweep upwards and then plunge down on the target. Okay, the javelin setting. Okay. Stores. Okay, that's the settings, but we already know about the stores. Okay, well, hang on. Wait. Okay, good. Good, I remember how to open the help menu. Fantastic. Okay. Alright, select tube 1 by either left click on the weapons tube or F. Alright, tube 1. Select the tube highlighted in red. Tap R until the TASM icon is shown again in tube 1. Okay, so we need to load a TASM. Right. Then wait a few seconds, and an actual TASM begins to slide into the tube. Very gently, very softly, very sensually, as we load the cruise missiles into the launch tubes. Right. Wait a few seconds. Right. So, message log notifies you once it is loaded and ready to fire. Time compression. Use F9 to toggle time compression on and off. Quickly load the TASM. Once the TASM is fully loaded and continued, continue to the next step. We don't need time compression here. I'm a man. I can sit and wait on my ass. Right here. We will fire a UGM-84 missile. Your target is not moving and is directly north of your stationary submarine. To fire a missile, select tube. Select a tube containing a UGM-84 or TASM. Like, what's going on? Why are you telling me to slowly replace all of my UGM-84s with TASMs? What do you got against the UGM-84? You trying to snuff him out? You trying to push him out of the spotlight, guys? By either left click on the weapon or into, yeah, fine. Select the weapons, highlight in red, blah, 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 blah. For its attack, it is recommended to use wide sensor cone. So this is wide. Okay, so that's wide, and that's narrow. So we're going to do wide. Place a waypoint. Ensure that your submarine is visible on the minimap and use space to set the waypoint, as was done for firing torpedoes. But where's our target? Oh, well, it's in front of us. Well, 3 of them are in front of us. So we're just going to fire a fucking missile and then be done with it. Move your mouse pointer over the map, directly placing in front of your submarine north, until the weapon's waypoint reading displays 0, and the range is approximately 8 to 10 KYD. Missiles do have a minimum range. Right, okay. Use the mouse wheel or minus to move the mini-map if needed. Right, and then zoom in while dragging them out. Okay, fine. When ready, right-click to fire. Okay, so we need to do it 8 to 10 KYD. Okay, so yes, there we go. So we want to bet about there, and then fire. Oh, that's big and exciting, isn't it? Okay, so where's the enemy ship, son? Alright, there's the first stage booster, huh? Okay. Where are the Russians, boy? Where are they? Find the Russians. I think he's found the Russians. Also, I can't look at the guidance while he's doing this. Rather, yeah, he doesn't show up on the map. Well, we hit something! I hope it was Russian! It was, in fact, Russian. There's a flag on it. Good. Good. The sociopathic missiles have actually done their job. Everything is perfectly fine. No renegade magical girl missiles any time here soon. Good. If it went well, your missile should be launched to the north and strike the target. One of the targets. If it misses or the ship doesn't sink, fire another one, remembering to select a loaded tube when the settings... Oh, I set the weapon's waypoint to 0 and range 8 to 10 KYD. Okay. So, basically, missiles are just like, fuck anything in a general area and just fire it directly at the target. That's easy. That's a very easy standoff weapon, but like it was just determined, like it was just explained, countermeasures and Sea Whiz will shoot this down immediately. So we may have to launch more than one, which we can do depending on the situation. I'll do a Macross missile massacre out of a nuclear submarine. I live for this shit. Alright, next section. 2 other ships are nearby, approximately bearing 350 and 010. Be sure not to place the waypoint past the target, or the missile will overshoot before going active. Or if too close to the target such that it is outside the missile's sensor cone. Try sinking these other targets with missiles and experiment with changing weapon settings. Or to reload more missiles if needed. Okay, so we're gonna load a TASM here. And we're gonna do the top attack option. And also, we want to see this. So where's my fucking periscope? That's the ECM mast. Up scope. I want to see what the fuck's going on here. I want to watch my missile strike the target. Okay, there's one. Alright. It appears to be a possibly fuel container ship of some kind. I see a lot of piping on that deck, but not a lot of storage space, or any cranes of that manner, so it may be an oil ship. So, alright, so now what we're going to do is... Well, we're going to actually go back to our fucking ship. Go in. And, well, we've already designated that guy. Where the fuck is... Well, that's due north. So it's due north. So both of these guys. Okay, so that's that. Kazbek. That's our next target. And also, what's this? Right. Partisan. Oh, well, partisans. Okay, so we don't need to we technically didn't need to do this, but I'm doing this just so I can actually see what the fuck is going on. Then okay, so now what we need to do is take our TASM missile, fire it right about there. And the missile is away. Okay. All right. It's kind of unfortunate that I don't have any targeting data for the missile itself, but the missile, we just fire it in there to make sure... We fire the missile in there, and it basically does its job on its own. Okay, so it sweeps up. And it goes. That may be useful to avoid, I guess, surface. Like, it may confuse the Sea Whiz guns if it comes up at an angle right as it gets into range. If it adjusts its trajectory of some kind. I am not sure. But I am not exactly sure why we would need the top attack option. But it might be useful. Oh. Yep, that's definitely a fuel ship. Rather, a tanker ship. That's the word I was looking for. Because look at that greasy black oil slick. It's not Russian blood, but it might as well be. It's the heart of their war machine spilling out uselessly over the ocean. Alright, so, next we have our next target, which will be about here. And off the missile goes. Now, you see, if we're engaging surface ships here, it seems like the safest option in the world is to just fire a missile at it. This seems like the most standoffy thing in the world to do. However, unfortunately, we're not just going to be shooting at defenseless Russian ships the entire time we play this game. There are also warships of actual competency and defense, and also other submarines that we need to worry about. So we're going to actually have to use other weapon systems. However, it's nice to enjoy this. While we can. If they send this after a shipping convoy, oh dear Jesus, are we going to have fun with that shipping convoy. Okay, so down goes this ship with its nameless, unmarked containers, probably containing miles and miles and miles of AK-47s. Racks and rows of Russians' finest export. Okay, well, they're done. Anything else? Alright, well, we're done here. Moving on. Alright, so missiles are incredibly easy to use, and we can just sit there in our Sturgeon-class submarine and fire missiles at the Russians all day long and not really have to worry about, well, anything, aside from if they have Sea Whiz or some form of countermeasure. But if we're just shooting at ships, we can just fire missiles at them. So that's what we're going to do from now on. We're going to load the cruise missiles and then fire them against unmarked shipping containers. Well, unmarked shipping ships. Because they have 0 defenses, and it doesn't reveal our ship at all when we fire them. Well, actually, maybe it does because they could see, you know, where the rocket, or rather, where the missile originated from. But hopefully, we'll fire them enough in such a quick succession that they'll all be dead before they have time to react. Or chase us with depth charges. So, well, now we have a missile massacre in our back pocket. So we're gonna keep those missiles. But I need to actually see what the fuck the difference is between all these cruise missiles. Hopefully there's something that actually tells us this at some point. Alright, so that was missiles, and now we're gonna learn navigation. We're gonna learn how to move our submarine, finally, after we have learned how to shoot everything out of it, like a stationary weapons platform. Now we're gonna learn how to move to fuck around. Okay. Learn how to maneuver your move and maneuver your submarine. Things to practice: adjusting speed, steering with rudder controls, adjusting depth with planes and ballast, emergency blowout ballast. Okay, alright. Alright, new command assignment. Immediately hereby assigned in command of a Sturgeon-class submarine, USS Ray, SSN 653. Congratulations and good luck on your new command. Thank you, sir. Moving on. Now we're gonna see if we can, you know, not smash this into something. But we're going out into open water. What is there to run into? That's not the tutorial. Okay, well, let's see here. Alright, okay, fine. Just enter the tutorial. Above the minimap is the data panel, which contains 3 columns of data, lower left to right. 1 ownership data, 2 contact data, and weapon data. Right. Okay, so apparently this is our ship, the contacts, and the weapon data. Right. For this mission, we'll focus on the first column, which displays your vessel's course, speed, depth, rudder, ballast, and, well, planes and ballast. Use Q and Z to adjust your speed. Well, that's interesting. Okay, so full head, sir. Alright, so the maximum is flanking speed. So it's 2/3 standard, full, and flanking speed. Alright, interesting. Okay. Head flank, that's maximum. Alright, so. Okay, stop all maneuvering. Back emergency. Emergency stop, helmsman. Alright, so there's that. Now we can go. I'm assuming calibrating is the rudder is spinning and we're actually moving, so that might be some way for the enemy to detect us. But, well, there's that. Alright, so steering. A and D to steer your vessel. Why the controls are on S and W and S for forward and backwards, I have no idea. But, well, tell me, please explain to me your strange ways submarine simulator game. A and D to steer your vessel. Okay, so it just kind of lethargically rolls around. Uh-huh. Alright. Rudder is set in 5-degree increments with a minimum of negative 30 degrees left and positive 30 degrees right. Now use A to bring your rudder over to 30 degrees to port. Right. You're turning left. Submarine should now be turning in a circle. Note the data panel's leftmost column reflecting your changing course and current rudder settings. Okay, alright. So, I thought it was just kind of twitchy controls, but no. We actually, each tap, it moves it up increments of 5. Right. Alright, well, I want to look at my ship, damn it, while I'm maneuvering under the water. Warning, Commander, you are expected to navigate your vessel safely and not exceed 1,000 feet depth. What the hell? Okay, right. Not exceed. Oh, right. Not go below 1,000 feet. Don't go below crush depth, stupid. Okay, I understand. Don't crush the soda can. Got it. Dive planes. Use W and S to... Oh, right. W and S is up and down. Right. All right, fine. Why is that not Q and Z? But whatever. It seems like... It would seem like forward and back and left and right will be more primary for WASD controls, and Q and Z would be up and down. I mean, hell, War Thunder... I use War Thunder's... War Thunder up and down for Q and E, so I can turn as hard as I can. But let's see here. Okay, well, there are more controls here. So, W and S to dive. Okay, so that's plane. Right, so maximum plane is 30 degrees. Okay, what's our depth? Okay, 120 feet, right? Okay, so this is fairly simple. I just have to make sure I'm not actually... make sure I don't screw it up in the middle of combat. Seems like something we could really fuck us over if I'm not paying attention. Then again, if we want to avoid contact... We probably, maybe want to not be moving in that situation. Not be moving as fast as we can. So, okay, so bring us to 0 plane. Alright, and then, well, back up again, I suppose, right? Good. What's our speed? Alright, we're at flanking speed now. We're at maximum. Alright, let's see. Ballast. Use C and E to change depth using ballast. Ballast is set in 5 unit increments to a minimum of 30. Okay. Right. And does not require any forward movement to function. Depth charge with ballast are much slower than with plane. Oh, depth changes. Okay, right. Okay, alright. So now what we're going to do is we're going to bring our plane to 0 here. And then we're going to stop moving. Right. We're going to level out here, and then we're going to see what this does. C and E. So it's Q and Z on one side, and then E and C on the other for ballast changes. And then everything in the middle for everything else. This is kind of confusing, but I'll figure it out eventually. Okay, so let's do maximum ballast. Rather, maximum positive ballast. Force the water out of the stores, son. And we are moving very, very slowly up. Okay, alright. Straight and level. Okay, use X to quickly set rudder, ballast, and planes to 0. Okay, good. So all we have to do is press X, and we just stop dead in the water. Interesting. Alright. Holding navigation keys. Rather than tapping the keys or change rudder, planes... Okay. Rather than tapping keys to change rudder, planes, ballast, and speed, you may hold and then release at the desired settings. Yeah, I know how to do that, but, well, we may accidentally give us more than we need. But okay, alright, so we can move up, down, left, right, and then... well, forward and backwards, and then also very slowly up and down. Okay. Emergency blow. Experiment with your navigation... okay, experiment navigating your submarine as well as changing the depth speed. Be sure not to exceed 1,000 feet. When ready, take your submarine down to about 200 feet. About, okay, feet in depth, and level out. Emergency blow. An emergency ballast situation... In an emergency situation, you can use Shift R to blow emergency ballast in order to surface as quickly as possible. Use Shift R now. Set your flank speed. Right, okay. Set your flank speed to flank, and then dive planes to 30 in conjunction with blowing ballast to dramatically assist the rate of surfacing. Okay. Once on the surface, level out your planes again. Okay, so off we go. Okay. Well, that's the wrong planes. Well, I didn't do anything. Well, I was significantly less dramatic, but I suppose I should set my, whatchamacallit, I should set my, should set everything before I blow the ballast like that. I should already be traveling up. But, and now we get the breach. Yes. Oh, isn't that cool? But then again, submarine on surface in the middle of a combat situation. Not the best thing in the world. But we are on the surface. But then, now we're sinking again a little bit. Nah, okay, we're here. Okay. right? So we're on the surface. And, see, that's the thing. Right. Everything stop so I can figure out what the fuck's going on here. Boys, you go out on the top of the ship, you go get a suntan while I'm figuring out the rest of this shit. Blowing emergency ballast depletes reserves of compressed air. Once on the surface, air is available to replenish these reserves, but it takes time. Gradually, a ballast indicator will count down to 0, at which time the compressed air is replenished, and your submarine is able to dive again and use emergency ballast once more. Note that the time of blowing emergency ballast until compressed air reliefs are restored. Ballast settings cannot be changed. Okay, right. So we can't fuck with ballast while that's like that. Okay, so where's the timer? Well, all right. So since we're on the surface, let's see if we can use the ballast. Actually, it's still. Where's the timer then? Oh, right here. 17 seconds. That takes fucking forever. I suppose there is time to get a suntan out on the out on the conning tower, huh? Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and good. Nice sound. All right then. Now, everybody get back in the boat. We're going back under. Eventually, right? I should start sinking now because I am letting water into my boat. Evidently not. Okay. That's about it then. So how do I go back down after that? But aside from this. And I suppose putting speed to full. We should start going down now. Because this could be an issue if we can't actually go back down. Actually, no, wait, no. Yeah, wait, yes, yes, there we go. Okay, good. Right, back under the waves. Okay. And just level out again. And we're all good here. Okay, so it's a little bit clunky to maneuver shit around, but now we know how to use ballast to, well, move ourselves about, or rather up and down, at least. So we don't have to turn the engine on, so we don't make any fucking noise. And also okay, so let's try that again, just for the sake of entertainment here. We're up at 250 feet. Okay, so we want to go up, speed to full, and then shift E. Right? Shift E. Right? What the fuck was it again? Oh, now I've already forgotten it. Oh, shift R. Right. Excuse me, I'm practicing here. I need to know this in case of a combat situation. Down. Back down. Okay. Okay. Gotta get down to about 200 feet here. Alright. Level out. Or rather, just... Oh, wrong one. So S is up. Right? There's this. Flank, and then shift R. Okay, that gets us moving a little bit faster. Honestly, it doesn't look like it's all that fast. But well, okay, so then that's us back on the surface in now. The most picturesque, meme-esque sight of a submarine. But okay then. Right. That's it for this tutorial. We now know how to move our boat around. Kinda, sorta, a little bit. It's gonna be a bit awkward for me, but I'll get the hang of it. Alright, leave combat.